Hello and welcome back, everyone, here to the MLG Minor in the Americas. Our next match coming up should be a fun one. We've got TSM and Team Kaliber, the losers match, the elimination. Someone is going to go home.
Yeah, it's a sad day. I mean, you got to spend the next 3 days in beautiful Ohio. You know, one thing that the city has going for it is it's very clean.
Yes.
And
nice.
you know, after coming here 5 or 6 times, this is definitely we've gotten the most out of the city, I think, this time.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not a lot of danger in this city as a pedestrian, as it's very easy to walk around. You don't even have to look both ways when crossing the street, which I don't advise in most places. You should look both ways, but here in Columbus, sun starts going down, nobody on the street.
Yep. We got to see the short north, which is a nice area
actually.
with bars. So if you're out here, obviously we don't have any spectators, just players, but we've been handing out the tips. There are some spots in Ohio. Don't sleep on the city.
Yeah, I have to reevaluate it. We always kind of make fun of the city a little bit just because, honestly, it's starting to feel like a second home. Like, how many times have we been here? I've lost count. I'm pretty sure I can still count it on 2 hands. We're up to like 8. I think this might be the 8th trip.
Yeah, something like that.
But we found some really cool things, and it was a lot of fun. And also, let's see, who has been out here before for this team? We did have DSR and Breeze that obey, was it the Trifecta or the Alliance roster that they were on previously before they were without a roof, and then now their Team Kaliber. But some of them have been out here before as well.
Actually, 4 out of 5. It was just they had Slemmy last time.
Yeah.
It was a breakout performance for DSR. It was a breakout performance for Breeze, who was a new pickup at the time. There was a lot of hype surrounding this roster, and they all really showed up. I mean, it was a pretty exciting match. Oh, it looks like we don't have too much of a break. It looks like we're getting right into Overpass. So.
Sweet, it should be a fun one. We were looking at the most recent results for TSM. They had a strong, dominant victory actually up against CLG, but of course CLG, not with their complete roster. They did have an old school player stepping in. I believe it was Little Man that was subbing in, but it was still 16-6 in favor of TSM. So they should be practiced up on the map. And let's get into it. Team at Kaliber on the CT side will be Ocean with that kit and a smoke. Everyone else with Kevlar, and they came to fight on the side of TSM. Everyone with body armor.
Here we have aggression towards stairs, a really nice area for Ts to go to early, especially when you identify there are no CTs here. It's nice for you because you have a lot of cover, and it's also the prime rotate position from the terrorist. So CTs like it, but on pistols it's hard to hold.
Here's Sick trying to get that entrance into the site with the Glock at range, and he has covered a lot of ground. He's getting in close. There's a quick goose to the man at stairs, but it's no one who finds a triple kill just like that behind the sight box, maybe going in for some more. He certainly wants it. Gonna get help out. There's Ape going over the, no one catching the straight bullet. Finesse is trying to bring down Ape and Bank, and no one walks into it. Finesse actually finding 2. There's 1 low player. This will be difficult though for Finesse, and the bomb is down on the short side, so he's gonna have to get a ton of kills, regain the bomb. He's got the time to work with. You can see he's even being flanked. He somehow is able to sneak in, and finally DSR is going to take him down.
Wow, what more is there to say but amazing sight hold from no one. Getting those 3 frags, P2K. 1 taps each time. And typically, as we saw, Team Solomid went for stairs control, which is very T-sided, especially on a pistol, and a nice bit of information that you can gather, as well as a good spot to get frags if you find out that the CTs aren't stacked there. So a good idea, but throughout implementation, pushing the CTs back into the site on A seemed to work well. Ultimately, it came down to the pistol kills, and we saw that this game does come down to frags sometimes.
Especially on those early rounds. Now Kaliber will have an equipment advantage. You can see the UMPs coming out, the MP9, and actually 2 rifles, the M4 and the FAMAS making their appearance, whereas TSM, you have Semphis and Finesse with a bit of utility, but just pistols and armor for most of them as Sick. And once again, it's like deja vu. He's doing this in the pistol round with the Glock. This time he'll be a bit more dangerous as he's trying to open up this A site with the Tech 9. DSR backing off and jumping to get some information. See if he can't spot some players at long, and may have spotted Semphis.
Now, do they have 3 players dedicated A? I cannot tell where this 3rd man is, but it looks like he's in a rotator spot.
Yeah, they have 3 on the site. Actually, maybe they are just coming up the stairs now. They're Sick getting the first kill into DSR. Man at Optimus is Ocean. He falls. Automatic jumps over. He kills no one. And now there's no one on the site. We got Ape and Breeze trying to go ahead and retake. Ape from Bank with the FAMAS. Empty-handed, long-range Semphis with a P250 headshot, and it's Breeze. Not a good spawn. He definitely has that information. Automatics trying to get over. How did he jumped out there real quick? So a flawless round. No one even dies for TSM.
quite a worrying round for Kaliber. They allowed everyone to push up towards them, and because they had that information early, they needed to be more prepared for what was about to come to them. They could have almost anticipated it, barring a fake of some sort. And ultimately, they had a player rotating through stairs and 2 on the site, and for your defenses to be fortified equally, those players need to get a kill apiece and stay alive. But as it turned out, TSM didn't even lose a single member that round, I think, up until the very last moments, and now they have a huge advantage. A momentum swing this early can really affect you mentally to the point that it can break you down. And it's far worse to get ecoed on the second round of your CT side as opposed to your T side. You can recover your economy more easily. You can also be, just in general, expected to get less rounds on the T side. So it's a lot nicer for that to happen then. But now, when you win the pistol, you feel really good. You go from such a high to such a low position.
It's a sad time. Do you think maybe they played a little too passive? Like, you know, you often want to play passive in the longer angles against you're expecting that Tech 9 force up, but it is Overpass, right? Overpass is the map where the CT side has to be dynamic. They have to go out and get some information because once like everyone approached the site from long and from short, you're in a tough spot. You're in that situation where you're close to the pistols already.
In my opinion, the very best anti-eco is to have your best spawn go peek out towards Fountain, because they will always see whoever crosses right away. So if they see 4 players bust out immediately, then they could stack 4B and then have those players rotate back by the time any of the terrorists could come from A onto the site. And here we have a stack towards A that is looking to find no opposition.
Yeah, TSM, I mean, essentially a guess. They go into B quickly and with confidence, emphatically, as Henry might say. And they just guessed right. Bomb is down. All of Team Kaliber in the playground, but they're not really having a fun time. They didn't come to play. They're going to try to get those exit kills right now, see if they can't bring some UMPs or rifles over into round 4. Or even just save again, right? Just use this force buy in round 4 as well.
Yeah, so they want to get, basically, they want to get as close to the site as they think they can get. TSM are aware that they have completely abandoned B, so they know they're kind of coming back towards it. Like, Semphis is going to be scouting for information, but not trying to take too much damage. And ultimately, he only has a UMP to drop, so he could maybe get a little bit aggressive here. It's going to work out right now. He gets the first kill, looks for a second, finds 2. That's very nice, and he trades a UMP, which isn't a big pickup.
Yeah, he got 2 kills, so the UMP is paying for itself. He might have to rebuy a little bit of armor there. Maybe he won't even bother. He's at 6.4K, so he's stacked.
You know, that's 2 pawns for a rook, right? I think.
Yeah, which is still good value.
We have that would still be, yeah.
I think major pieces are worth 3, and pawns are just 1, so you would be ahead. Or is it I don't even remember.
Kaliber have 3 bits of armor right now that they can recycle. This could make a big difference. And looks, the stack's over towards B, and it seems like TSM are going to forfeit a bit of map control here and look to commit to a full B hit. So they might run right into their 3 armored opponents. If they could see the mini-map like we could, there's no way they would pick the site. So I wonder if this smoke will actually change their decision. It seems as though they're going to push through.
Oh, yeah, pushing through Monster. That will give the sound over to TSM. And look at Twist, a nice spray down. Headshots on both of those kills. Now Finesse making that entrance into the site. He's taken down Ape. Will they expect Ocean? Yes, they will. Twist grabbing his 3rd of the round at DSR with that UMP moving forward, looking to cause some damage. Hiding out here behind the sight box, is able to bring down Twist. They're left on 13 HP. He won't fall back, and TSM will grab another round.
Man, what was really interesting was they were all stacked up at long B, and they pushed through. If they knew that TSM were out at short, they could have basically waited outside the tunnel and then assumed or just hoped that TSM went for their full B take. It's just that they didn't have the info to do it, and there was really no way for them to gather it. Instead, they tried to go for a push. They figured they stacked the wrong site again, and it was the patience of TSM that allowed them to forfeit or profit off of that round.
So finally, what we like to see in Counter-Strike. The first rifle round coming out a little delayed because of the back and forth start. So it is Kaliber lacking diffuse kits, lacking in utility, and it's TSM that have been able to pick up that op first. So we'll see what Semphis can do. We did see a bit of a glimpse. He had some nice rounds on Cobble on the defense on that CT side. See if he can bring that into his second map of the tournament.
Again, a critical point, and you know, bringing up the map to show this would be good, but maybe until the round has passed, it'd be better. There's so much value in having stairs, and we see the T's kind of taking advantage of that, walking up first. DSR throwing the smoke down. This is a smoke we see Gobby throwing quite often for bathrooms control, and that's because the site has so many compromisable positions that playing outside of it towards these bathrooms can be your best bet, to make it a 5v4 before receding.
Twist, he's got the difficult task of moving up and clearing all those corners into the bathroom. Well, they expect DSR. Well, now they know he's here. He's killed Sick, and Twist is quickly pushing out of the bathrooms. He gets the trade. Now it's Ocean on the site. His help's coming up, but he takes that battle by himself. I actually don't know if he had much other choice. And Twist, man, he is going off on this map. A 3K onto the first rifle, even spamming through the smoke, does a little bit of damage to no one. Who's at that fence, and Ape coming through the bank. It's going to be a very difficult situation for Kaliber. They've been smoked off once more. No one thinking there was maybe a gap, but there isn't. Although Ape does find his kill from bank. Now no one going to push through. In the confusion, he does find Twist. Now it's just Semphis with that op, who does hit the shot. And that'll keep Kaliber at 1 round. TSM going up to 4.
I'm not sure if Semphis' op rung out in the round, but he might have played that as if it was versus a 1v1 versus a rifle. And that's credit to TSM for being able to conceal that fact for so long. Kaliber now on a save once again. TSM looking very strong. And that A-take was pretty good up until the point that, I mean, they got Ocean to swing wide on the site, and that was a little bit too wide. He had a spot where, yeah, it was going to be converged on from 2 different angles, long and bathrooms, but ultimately, and this is what I'm talking about, that peek that no one just did, that gets you so much information, and they see that everybody's at A. So they could commit 4 to B, have him spot it, and have everyone hard rotate back and have a stack at either site before the terrorists would be able to get there. But I think Ocean kind of put that round in jeopardy by swinging too wide. If he stayed alive 3 or 4 more seconds, he's able to escort his teammates back into the site. But instead he dies, and they lose man advantage and map control.
And once again, TSM just going the right way. No one is backed up into the site. Again, he looked aggressive out there to Fountain. Now he's on the site box. He almost gets a kill, but he does go down. And who else but Twist to find another entry? Like 3 rounds in a row right now. He's opened it up. And one of those was up against the rifles. So bomb to be planted, and Kaliber just stuck on those CT back halls.
Now they have no armor to lose, so there's no sense in not going for this. They have some disposable pistols, I guess you could call them, in the sense that they only cost $300 to $500. It won't affect their buy, and so getting kills right now would be very good. It's really up to TSM to try to defend here. FNS is making a case for them. 3 kills now in the afterplant. Very nice from him. Survives with his AK.
Ocean, he has been spotted, and they're just going to push him together. He somehow gets that frag onto Finesse. A very quick shot to the face. Ape had already got him somewhat low.
That's actually a kill not worth chasing. They have so much money, but Kaliber clearly had nothing to save. Ultimately, they could have fell out of the site, saved 5 grand, not gained $300 from an AK kill, and been a little bit more prudent, considering the half isn't over by any means. What's dangerous about Twist, though, is that he hasn't come to life yet. Another Henry G quote. And he has so much potential to do it, right? He might have the land generators. This is the first land for him, but maybe it's just a map that's all he needs.
Yeah, well, he's already 9-3 right now, top fragging in the server, and it's going to be no one standing up on the defense. Sitting TSM down, a kill onto Twist, a kill onto Sick. And it has been 5 in a row for TSM. It's going to be a massive round for Team Kaliber. Semphis with that op, trying to open things up. Instead, it's DSR that finds Finesse, and no one pushing forward to find his 3rd kill. He brings down Semphis, and it's automatic, left all alone here. Trying to get out to the bomb, does bring down no one quite quickly, but dealing with so many CTs, just see them all over the site in every single position. And there you go. I don't even know where that came from, but DSR hits the shot.
That was like an arrow.
Seriously.
With the sliver and opportunities, takes the face off of him. And no one, a quiet player in and out of the game, a relatively chill personality, someone who I would assume is very comfortable taking whatever role is given to him on a team. Seems like he's fine with it, and yet is also a very strong fragger. As we mentioned, looking at the stats, we see that he's pulling that 80 ADR as well, along with the rest of the members of his team. There's DSR getting some info. He's got a couple players to support him here outside of bathrooms. He can fall back, and now his job is to make presence somewhere else because he didn't get the kill.
Well, Finesse might be the man to lead the charge into B there from the sandbags. No one jumping and spotting, trying to get some information here for Team Kaliber. Molotov over, telegraphing this B play a little bit, clearing out the barrels, and you can see the smoke as a response. But, all right, TSM brought some smokes as well. They're going to cordon off the bomb site. 6 got in there. He goes over. He takes the fight to them. He brings down Ape. Automatic finds no one. and Sick is just going to hold this angle. You can see the window still smoked off, so he's fine to do it. He'll bring down Breeze, and he will back off. He's not going to push his luck, and TSM have got onto this site, maintaining a 5-man post plant.
Nowhere to go but up from here. Ultimately, it's Kaliber who need to save, and yeah, I mean, recognize that right now. Try to fall back and twist. Oh my gosh, was that a shot into heaven? As DSR was falling back, he didn't want to take the. Oh no, that was Ocean. Okay, I was thinking that must have been an insane one.
And DSR, let's see if he can hit this shot. Someone is coming out. Oh, that was an inopportune moment to switch to the knife. And now he's got the footsteps close. Someone's coming out of long as well on every side. He is surrounded, and Finesse will grab the kill. Yeah. So, Kaliber, they do win a round, but look at that. They got the pistol and 1 rifle round on an island. Immediately, they are reset.
TSM have a really good thing going for them right now, where they have Sick and Twist, who, let's say everybody performs as they should. Let's say nerves aren't a factor, right? You have 2 extremely explosive young players who are both amazing at getting entries, right? So these are players that, even without so much experience, could perform hard lurks on sites if they're able to go in by themselves and try to get a frag. And they're actually so good that you can trust them to do it. So they have tons of value in that sense and can really, you know, determine what site is being taken, whether or not they feel like going there.
Well,
there we saw Twist.
Here's Sick starting off this round.
It was 6 entries last time, right? That were so good.
Yeah, Twist definitely carried over that, right? His entries starting this map off were just insane, and here's Sick holding off the aggressive pushes. Everyone trying to come down the stairs and through the door to bring him down, and he'll stop them all. He gets 4, Twist with 1 out towards Fountain. That's TSM leading 7-2.
Sometimes this game is as simple as you have a player that is capable of a lot, and you as an IGL just need to be like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go this round? And sometimes you, as that player, you don't feel so confident in directing your team or telling them how you want to play the round out or how you want to open it up. But if you're an IGL, you can recognize the value in someone like Sick, and that's why you have the experienced players, you know, like Semphis, like like FNS, who can maybe make that or bring out the best in them in that way. And sometimes it's simple as just pointing them to a site.
How does this corner go unchecked so many times?
Well, he went to check it, but it was kind of like a half-assed peek. Yeah, so sometimes you go through the motions, but it's not good enough if someone is actually there.
I definitely need to commit to it. So Automatic finds 2. Now make it a 3rd as he moves forward onto the site, just ripping them apart. It's DSR who has the op. We'll find 1 kill, but then Finesse will eliminate him. So again, 8-2. On that round, actually, DSR, he tried to take the op very aggressive down into the stairs and the connector, but that was all pre-Molotoved off, and I think maybe they did that as a response because Sick killed 4 people there last round.
I think we're going to get right into this round. Yeah, it's Kaliber, after winning a pistol, a 1-off, have put together 2 in total versus the 8 of TSM, who are supremely dominant so far on their T side of Overpass. A map that was really kind of unclear who wanted to play it more. I think we're starting to get a better picture of an answer to that question.
Yeah, it is very difficult. Sometimes that CT side can be so hard, especially if your opposition knows what they're doing on a map like Overpass, and you can see TSM just no sign of stopping, going against the pistols, running straight into the stack. Maybe it will get worrisome. Breeze has got that first kill. He was up by the column, and he's been brought down. Finesse coming through Monster. The other 3 for TSM, you can see pushing off of Catwalk. Yeah, what? That guy went flying off the map! What? We gotta replay that. Someone replay that in slow-mo. TSM win.
They do it, and this time it's another round where Kaliber actually picked the correct site to stack, and TSM did come to them. The first time around, we saw them push the long B. It didn't work out so well because they tried to play that lack of information to their advantage by pushing through, and then got caught off guard because it was TSM to be more patient. This round they stayed in the site, and they were welcomed by 4 CTs, or 4 terrorists who...
Here it is. Look.
You just hit the eject button on that round.
Valve, please. I don't think your physics engine works. So Sick, holding outside. Actually,
you know, the only thing missing from this game is it not looking like Gold Simulator in as many ways as possible.
There's no one finding his first kill. It's actually through the short drain. Brought down Sick, who was lurking outside of Monster, along with FNS, but FNS was further back, has the bomb, and was not spotted. So not all that much information for Kaliber, having killed what they, I guess what they assume at this point was the 1B lurk.
So again, stairs control from TSM, but they have a man down. They have a little bit of a health advantage on no one who is quite hurt at the moment. They have to identify where he is, where he's going to play, where he might move to. But right now, it's Kaliber to lose because they finally got that 5v4, and that's the coveted 5v4 on Overpass, where it allows you to play safe spots all of a sudden. Where 5v5, it's much better to try to be a little bit more forwardly aggressive. Sites are quite small on this map. Not a lot of room to play as a CT. But here's the concave, starting to push out towards A site. No one on CT side going for any more information. They see the smoke now.
Well, that nade actually hurt Automatic quite a bit. DSR jumping back to bank, does spawn a few. Will pop a flash over, Ape throwing in some nades, but he goes down immediately. Twist with the entries. So incredibly on point, but not expecting Breeze here to be in the wedge. Breeze finds one, make it two. Can he get any more? Turn it into a third kill. No, Automatic will deny him that, and it's all on Ocean right now. Coming up through bank, no kit, and he has got here very quickly, but Automatic and both Finesse. Oh, the smoke is still there, so Finesse can get off to a post plant. Position is kind of given up since he threw that flash. He was blind himself, but at that range, Ocean unable to control the wild M4. He has spotted, so he knows where they both are, but time is his enemy now. He's pushing forward. He finds the kill onto Automatic. He's going to turn around. Finesse has actually creeped up. He's got no cover here, so Ocean, if he could just win this duel, he will tap the bomb. He has picked up a kit as well, and he wins the fight against Finesse, and that'll be the round. Ocean clutching it out on LAN.
OD Keikona Ocean comes through with a 1v2. Very nice. Actually does seal it up. I mean, that's a critical round. There's still potential for 6 here. TSM, I don't know how they lost that 1v2. I'm not going to lie. I mean, once FNS got away, he's got a great afterplant spot. The issue is that at long, you have to be pretty close to be within 5 seconds of being able to stop the diffuser. And Ocean kind of took advantage of that. I mean, I'm surprised that that amount of patience actually paid off in that situation when Solomid had the afterplant spots that they wanted.
So Kaliber can get around here. Maybe they can still make a half out of this one. Got 3 rounds to the 9 of TSM, and oh, Breezy at the barrels. Sick, making it look easy. No one in Ape now standing up for Team Kaliber, finding 2 kills. Ape in the pit is going to go down. It's Automatic answering back with 2 of his own. Twist helping them out on them both. Now Ocean quickly, he has rotated down to Graffiti. DSR just a little bit behind him. Op and Famas ready to go for the retake. Flash actually fairly effective there for Ocean. And then I think that was DSR blinding up Ocean, but Automatic cannot see anything. So he's taken down for free. We did see one player that was FNS shifting up his position and already wrapping in behind, but then smoked off at the sandbags. And Semphis caught looking the wrong way. Ocean will take him down, and Finesse still smoked off. Now they know where he is as he starts spraying through. One straight bullet is going to connect onto Ocean. Another smoke's gone down, and DSR on the bomb with just 1 second, but Finesse gets there in time to win the round.
Wow, that was so close.
From Finesse. He's like, just another day.
You know what's so ironic, I feel like, and this is kind of like a read from me into FNS's head, but once he heard the second smoke go down, he knew that the bomb was being stuck, and that gave him a lot of confidence to push through. And I don't know if that was even necessary because there was the other one, obviously. And it's hard to tell when it would have dissipated, and that's why the second smoke was thrown. But it could have potentially bit them in the ass. It's hard to say.
Well, there's the Molotov out to sandbags to stop that aggressive CT push, but it wasn't coming anyways. You can see Team Kaliber kind of forcing up. I wonder where does that leave their money going into the last round. It's going to be this type of buy 2 rounds in a row as Sick once again getting the entry onto the B site. Semphis to follow that up with an op shot onto Breeze. Nice quick little dink by Ape, and he will finish off Automatic with that CZ somehow at range being so dangerous. But we all know the reload takes forever, so Finesse moves in and takes him down. Up to Ocean at DSR one more time. Scout and Deagle this time.
We've seen spots of brilliance from Kaliber in their players. The potential to do a lot of damage, right? Potential for massive destruction, as you might say. But I think that you don't see it consistently enough. And quite often, when 2 players are tethered in the site, one of them will do a lot of work, and then the other one will fall short. And ultimately, that results in a 3 for 3, which is T favored as long as the bomb goes down. And basically, if someone is able to stay alive a little bit longer versus these site hits, and Solomid, credit to them, they're doing a great job of killing both players in the site before rotates can come out. ultimately, if there's decisions that you can make that would result in you staying alive 2 to 3 seconds longer as opposed to trying to take a fight, because if you don't win it, then you end up forfeiting the round. If you win it, you look like a hero. You obviously win the round more decisively. You end it early, but maybe that temptation is haunting them a little bit.
And it seems like every single time that Team Kaliber have been put on a half buy or force buy, and they try to make this gamble stack and play, which generally I love to see. But almost every single time, TSM have avoided them, just somehow. And here's Semphis.
I mean, they did the... Oh, wow. What the... Flash is sick.
Woo! And
automatic.
Very, very blind, but somehow is not spotted, and he's going to kill all three. They're out in construction. He's going to work. And here's Breeze left 1 versus 4 with the Deagle. Got to channel his inner Mitch right now.
More than that.
Wow. He started it off.
He's got the op right now. It's last round of the half. I mean, he's got to go for this. Time's ticking down. He's looking for the no-scope. Doesn't find it. FNS swoops in like Batman and ends the half 12-3 for his team. So Kaliber, man, this is their they're on their last limbs. This is the map. This is one map. Ape seems very upset right now. I mean, I don't blame him. They had such a better showing versus NRG. TSM had, you know, a really rough performance versus Tempo Storm, and it's really hard to say sometimes when a team could be so far out of your level that they make you look bad, right? But it seemed like TSM had many holes in their game, and maybe have woken up a little bit now, started to fix some of their mistakes. Maybe had a very simple team discussion about, like, let's get back to it. Like, this is not what we do. You know, maybe we should have played better versus Tempo Storm. We know what our mistakes were with. It's one of the situations where you lack clarity and you make the mistakes that you know you're not supposed to make consciously. And you know, Kaliber haven't kind of reached that haven't reached that level of clarity, and I think it's starting to show. But conscious decisions to take fights as opposed to stay alive, I feel like are the reason some of these sight holds aren't good enough. And also simply not being able to frag as well as your teammate does has been shown to allow TSM to get the after plant with either equal or positive numbers.
Yeah. Oh, and this is that missed perspective. We saw No One getting that quick triple kill with the P2K. Another spray down here for No One. Twist. And there's the opening onto Ocean 1 round, and this must be sick finishing off that 4K that he did get against the ecoing Kaliber in this round. But overall, it was Twist that really set the pace at the start of this, just getting so many multi-kill rounds and finding the entry at the start. And then Six seemed to like carry that over. Once Twist was maybe going down and Kaliber were able to like hold on for that first kill, it was then Twist to follow it up and Sick to follow that up, and then Six started getting all the entries.
Right.
So that was very nice.
Yeah, and that, you know, there was 2 keys to victory that didn't unlock anything in the first map that they played, right? That was when they were playing versus Tempo Storm. I think they were visibly nervous. It seems like they weren't shooting at the way they could online. Now, it was, again, hard to say because of the team they were facing, but it was clearly a problem. And now we have Kaliber looking for this pistol. It would be a 4th round, a drop in the bucket, but a good start.
They actually, Team Kaliber have been really good on their pistols. I don't even know if they've lost one yet.
That's true. They did win both of them on Mirage.
Yeah, so this could be 4 for 4 with the pistols or Twist. Oh, they're getting close. He's still able to grab one. And look at TSM already, or Semphis rather, already on the flank. He brings down No One. Finesse will find Breeze, and now it's a 4-on-2. Bomb has not even been planted yet, and it won't be. Sick and automatic, going to make sure it doesn't happen. That's TSM up by 10 rounds now.
Yeah,
and a team ace on the pistol. That's what we love to see.
That's what we love to see. Yeah, TSM now, I just 3 away from being able to move on to day 2. And Kaliber 3 rounds away from going home, empty-handed, last place. Tough spot to be in. Hurts my heart because, yeah, they're in P, but in my opinion, they performed way above that level. They had a great season. They didn't have an invite spot, but I'm confident that they would have done like better than at least some invite teams. I wouldn't say they'd be like mid-top invite or something, but I think they could hold their own.
Well, now Team Kaliber, who got no bomb plant, left with no other option than to force up Tech-9s and armor. Here's Semphis in the long side of the bathrooms, bringing down 1, and that's it. Ocean getting in there with the Tech-9 and taking him out. So the trade happens, and that's DSR doing near lethal damage to Twist, putting him down to 20. Now a lot of the pressure of this A defense falling onto automatic. Sick getting some information as he's getting shot at through the boards over in B, and he is that only B player right now for them.
Yeah, now the thing about overpass is for you as a CT, your rotates are always given to you, right? The only reason you want to push up, or one of the main reasons you want to push up, is control T rotates. But for you, you can drop down to heaven in like a matter of a couple of seconds. So FNS can just blow the whistle, call for help, and he's got another man in the site, excuse me. And here he is looking for a first fight. That's the bomb down.
Yeah, well done from Finesse to rotate over. Found the bomb immediately, gets a second kill, spots the other two. He does go down though. DSR answers back, and we've got ourselves a 2-on-2. What can DSR do? He knows that one's over at Sandbag. Spotting what a graffiti, takes down Sick, and it's a 1 versus 1. Automatic on the Sandbags moving up. Doesn't have a kit, but won't really need one since he's already so close. It's going to come down to the aim, and it's DSR who falls short. Automatic. 2 kills on the round and clutches it out with 6 HP.
That's a tough one. You just got to walk that round off. I mean, yeah, DSR is the man you want to have last alive quite often, but Automatic is a formidable opponent, and that was quite close. And ultimately, Clutch is a crucial round. I mean, that was the difference between maybe a game that looks somewhat competitive and one that's probably going to be a stomp. We look at the money right now; it's just not very good. But Kaliber have no choice but to force up. Cannot blame them for it. Have decided to get some a couple of AKs, Galil, and armor pistol.
Yeah, it's honestly not that bad of a round. I mean, we know how dangerous. Oh, Ocean doesn't have any armor though, so they must have had to have dropped those rifles, both Ocean and Ape, without armor, so that will make things more difficult. And there's Ape. If he could have started things off with a Huandig, that would have been incredible for his team here. As Twist, he got aggressive out in middle for some information on that CT side. He goes down, and Semphis, clearly he's just too good to use a P90.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So Sick's going to move up the stairs now. TSM once again maintaining control of that position of the map, this time on the CT side. And it was actually Sick to do it on both sides. So
yeah, always good to like mirror your positions. Oh, Twist gets caught rotating out. That's a couple of good kills for Team Kaliber. Sick though evens up, and Breeze answers back. Bomb is now resecured. 2v4 situation. One thing I gotta say that counts against that counts against Kaliber in a big way is that we've seen them lose man advantages over and over again. And it's hard to say. I think it's because of their readjustments. Like, they look really good in their 5v5s, and they win, they're able to run away with it. But when they have an advantage, they don't play it so well.
Oh, Ape. He might be the first player to get caught, depending on where Automatic will be looking. As Automatic finds Ape, and now things become very difficult for Kaliber. Some of them are low. That's Breeze going down. Then he wins the fight onto DSR. Ocean finally able to have a response, and that leaves it into a 1 versus 1. And Finesse, he actually did go back up to the A site.
Someone just swung wide with 20 HP.
Oh no, he's in window. He is in window. And there he goes. And remember, and I said at the start of the round, Ocean, he's got no armor. This is going to be so difficult. That flash does blind Finesse, but I don't think he... Oh, he does know. And Ocean, the awareness there, fakes the plant, wins it, and gets the kill with his last bullet.
Yeah, that's it. Last bullet. He does do it. ODK Kona Ocean. Keeps him in this.
That Kona blend.
That Kona blend, yeah.
So wow, without armor, Ocean able to clutch it out. And now he's got armor with the Galil. And TSM kept off of match point, but still leading by 10.
What a fierce showing from Automatic. He was just on the rotate, could have got caught off guard. That was all about timing track in that moment. You know, his stairs going to clear me. Am I going to walk right past bathrooms? I don't have the info, but I'm going to make the read. Oh, there's Semphis moving up for info.
Semphis is continuing to push. Can't really go much further just because the person up top will have such an advantage. That's Ape looking down. Semphis does kind of find an angle where he dodges the crosshair. So he's kind of just a nuisance right now. Ape will have to just keep an eye on ladder. Meanwhile, the rest of Team Kaliber are moving up long.
Yeah, see, without stairs, you have to see, if you look at the mini-map, all the Ts have to kind of squander themselves to the outside of the sites, or to the extremities of the map, I should say, and work around that. And all this mid-area makes it so easy for CTs to go back and forth. So even though Kaliber are walking up long and they can get to the site, because they don't have bathroom control, they're going to have to deal with the crossfire when they enter.
What can Finesse do from this position? Actually catches one, not looking, so he's going to try to play the timing, but there's still another man to his left. And I mean, that's the right decision from Finesse. It's just unfortunate for him that Ape was still there. No one, meanwhile, opens up, kills Semphis, and I love this. Twist is just sprayed. Actually, Breeze gets a TK now. Automatic stepping up, saying hello, peekaboo. Been hiding out here the whole time. He finds 2 with the CZ. That's a double kill, and now Ape all by himself. And the bomb, he creeped up long. He was the one that shut down FNS, and how he's left all alone and without the bomb and only about 25 seconds to work with.
Man, and there we saw it, like, Kaliber had the termite problem and they didn't deal with it. Instead, they try to run away from it. And it could cost them. 2 players up watching the bomb from after plant spots. This is rough. The smoke goes down. 15 seconds on both the smoke and the time, and he's looking for the kill. He can't find it, and that's TSM to get match point off the back of a force buy, and it just goes to show you how much better they're playing right now. And yeah, that was Semphis to like get that info and move up really quickly because he's not afraid to give that kill. He's he's got a pistol. If he gets the kill, it's amazing. If he dies, it's not so bad. So therefore, he can kind of put the pressure on. And when 8 forfeited stairs, and they just left it open and tried to walk around from long. And here's the amazing bait.
Yeah.
Twist looking to get these P250 kills. Just do damage. Breeze thinks he's dead. It's actually Breeze to kill Ocean. And then automatic pops up. Doesn't even utilize the AK that he grabbed. And turns that into a CZ headshot.
This man's tapping a CZ. I like it. Yeah, that was awesome, and you said it great as well. Like, they're controlling the middle of the map, so they know that everyone going A has to be coming up long, so they just set that bait and switch right there by the flowers, and it works out perfectly. So that puts TSM on match point and Kaliber in a really difficult spot. You can see, once again, only pistols for them and a little bit of utility there on Ape. And Sick looking down Monster. We'll find that opening frag onto Breeze. And Sick has been so good. I'm pretty sure he has the most first kills in the server right now by a fairly large margin.
That's something he can put on his resume as an entry fragger. Something he's quite good at. And there it is, Twist, to do a lot of damage, kind of just nailing. Whoa! Putting the nails in the coffin right now, going through the motions, winning the round. And it's 2 players up. They have the bomb. But it's just between a deagle and another pistol, and that's it. Wow, just like that, 16-4.
We got back-to-back 16-4s.
Yeah.
Selfless over Winter Fox and TSM here over Team Kaliber. And to that first kill stat, it was actually Sick that ended with 6 first kills, which was the most on his team. And shout out to no one on Team Kaliber who did have 5 first kills of his own. So
5 first kills. That's an amazing stat, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he had like pretty great sight holds. He had that amazing pistol to look back on. That followed up by an eco, which kind of taints that in a big way. But TSM looked on point. I think this is the win in the fashion that they wanted to or expected to get it.
Well, TSM obviously had a very hard task, right? They had to come in straight away and play arguably, the supposed winner of this tournament in everyone's mind. The fact that Tempo Storm is the strongest team here.
Yeah.
TSM played them straight away.
Yeah.
And it was pretty tough for them. Maybe they didn't look like themselves, but now we get some context, right? They played the best, and now they've played a team that's kind of up and coming, and TSM just walk over them essentially.
Yeah, this is really nice for Sick and Twist because they can take a lot of data that they got today, and right now it's a lot of emotions, right? They have they've played 2 matches on LAN, and they've had to prove themselves. And maybe they were nervous. Maybe they didn't feel like they played up to their expectations. Well, here they did on their second map. They made it through, right? And now they get to go to day 2, and they have the whole night to kind of think about what they could do better, maybe review the tape, see if they were playing the way they wanted to play. There's a lot of stuff to be gathered from their first big LAN experience, and I think it's important for them that they were able to make it to the second day so that they could prove to themselves what they're capable of instead of having, a bunch of question marks. Unlike some of the other players who have had, more opportunities to do so.
Now, the real question is, in celebration for tonight, moving on to day 2, how many of those lean protein-packed meals do you think TSM are going to crack open tonight?
Yeah.
And were those for the whole team, or were those just all for Semphis?
I'm going to say they were just for Semphis.
Dang.
I don't know if anyone's on the Semphis diet. I mean, if you look over, Semphis is monstrous.
Yeah, he's a scary man.
He's a giant, gargantuan Swedish Viking.
I'd rather run into him in game than in real life, I think.
And that's not an insult. No, that's not an insult.
As I think we are going to be taking a short commercial break. So, yeah, when we come back, we will have actually the winners match coming up next. So, guys, stay tuned.